Hey guys, welcome to Kickstart Bodybuilding Edition. For those of you who don't know, my name's Ivana Haynes, and this year I'm training to compete in my first ever bodybuilding competition. And this podcast is where I share my learnings week by week on the road to stage. Although now I have decided that I'm going to do it fortnight by fortnight because, in the span of a week, I'm like banging my own fucking brain, being like, oh, what am I going to talk about on the podcast? Whereas over the course of 2 weeks, I just have more time to think. The brain just is working overtime, which is just great. So I'm going to do it fortnight by fortnight. For those of you who are not new here, yes, I am on the floor in my bedroom. Yes, we have some moody lighting because it's 6 p.m. and the sun has gone down, and this is later than I usually film it, and my legs are tight, so I didn't want to sit in a chair. So we've got this new POV today. POV Vana's bedroom floor. Yeah. So we are 20 weeks out. And not gonna lie, I kind of scared the shit out of myself this week looking at that 20-week mark. It was my check-in on Wednesday, and I realized, I was like, yo, we are 20 weeks out. And that seems like a long time to some people, not to me. Not to me. When I'm looking at that goal of where I want to be in 20 weeks time, I just got a bit scared. I nearly had a mental breakdown. Luckily, my coach gave me a somewhat hard word. Not gonna lie, my coach is kind of scary, but he's also quite funny. I do fucking like him. I really respond well to his type of coaching. Anyway, so this week, somebody did their first ever pull-up unassisted. That's fucking right. That is fucking right, this bitch. I have been training for so long, and I've never been able to do a pull-up, and I've always wanted to. I guess that's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list of things that I want to achieve in my lifetime. A pull-up is up there. Took that off. What happened was I was actually doing a dead hang because I just wanted to like stretch out my spine a little bit. And then I was hanging there for about 10 seconds and I thought, why don't I fuck around and see how far I could get in a pull-up? Not expecting at all to be able to pull myself up. Not only did I pull myself up once, I did it fucking twice, mate. Yeah, that's right. I'm literally going to be the most insufferable person on the planet because I'm just going to walk over and do pull-ups all the time, even on leg day. I can honestly see the appeal and why these fucking guys have been doing it all the time. You know, when guys just like walk over to a pull-up machine randomly and they start doing pull-ups. Yeah, I get it. That's going to be me. That's going to be me. Anyway, so this achievement made me think back to, I guess, the beginning of my fitness journey. So for context, I grew up really overweight. I was the big bag. I love to snack. I still do. I tell people this as well. I am a fucking big bag at heart, okay? I might be training for a bodybuilding competition and I might love my meal plans, but don't get it twisted. If I really wanted to, if I didn't have the discipline I have, trust me, I could put back food and like not really break a sweat, especially sweet treats. You know how people eat sweet things and they have that and they say shit like, oh, I don't know, that's just like a bit rich. It's just getting a bit sickly for me, this sorts of things. I don't have that. I've never fucking had that. A jar of peanut butter hates to see me coming. I could put it back easily. Anyway, so all this is to say, I know all about being overweight. And because I grew up overweight, I only started losing weight when I was about 21, 22. And so when I was younger, before I started getting into fitness, I used to look at fit people and healthy people and think, fuck, what is it? Like what is the secret sauce that they have that I don't have that makes them into health and fitness, that makes them good at the gym and makes them prioritize fitness the way they do? I really thought that there was like something that they had that I just didn't have, that I just like wasn't built that way. I never saw health and fitness in my journey. I never saw that as, something that I would prioritize if that's become a part of my identity. Fast forward to 27 years old, here I am. This bitch is doing pull-ups in the gym, training for a bodybuilding competition. Fuck yeah. Yeah. And if you'd have told younger me that this was happening, I never would have believed you because I never could have conceived that I could be that person. I always thought you had to have something. I don't know what that something is. I always thought you had to have something, and whatever it was, I just didn't fucking have it. There's no fucking secret sauce, babes. because as someone who grew up overweight, fucking overate all the time, binge eating all the time, let me tell you, there's no secret sauce. The difference between you and the person doing the thing that you think you can't do, the only difference is that they're doing it. That's it. That's literally it. There's no fucking secret sauce. There's no hidden thing. There's no preordained set of personality traits you need to have in order to be able to do it. The only difference is they just got up and did it. The only difference between me and the old me is that I just do it. I used to have to force myself to go to the gym. I didn't look at going to the gym like, oh my God, I get to go to the gym. This is so amazing. Like, you know how last week I was talking about privilege and what a privilege it is to be able to go to the gym and how fun that is? I did not always look at it like that. You know, it took a while. Like, it took a while of me fucking negotiating with myself and making myself promises and breaking those promises and, you know, going through these loops, and until eventually I did it for long enough that I was like, yeah, you know what? This brings me so much joy. I love this. This is fun. I want to do this. I want to do this more. This is then, and it's become a part of my identity. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that there's no secret sauce. You literally just have to get up and do it. And you have to keep doing it. And then eventually something that you have to do becomes something that you want to do, something that you get to do. Also, don't overthink it. If you're anything like me, when you're new at something, you try to get into the weeds of all these fucking details that don't fucking matter, because you're actually just trying to slow yourself down from getting into it. You know, like, oh, I just need to look into this first, or I need to get this kind of gear, or I need to like, nah, fuck that. Just start. Literally just start. At my work, our CXO is always talking about, you know, launching fast and then iterating and optimizing once you're going. And I think that really applies in so many different ways. Like, you stop working off the theory, stop slowing yourself down, stop giving yourself reasons to not start. Just do it and then see what happens and see how you need to optimize after that. You know, maybe you just get into the gym and you do it for long enough that you're like, oh, you know what? I like training, but I don't like training alone. I actually want to go to the classes. But you're not going to fucking find that out until you start doing it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a goal and you want to start something, just do it. Don't get hung up on the difference between you and the people who are already doing it. And that's another thing as well. You think that you need to be like the person who's already doing it, but how can you be like that if you're not doing it? For example, when I wanted to start bodybuilding, I felt a lot of anxiety because I didn't look like a bodybuilder. But why the fuck would I look like a bodybuilder if I haven't started bodybuilding? It's so counterintuitive. It doesn't even make any sense. People are like, oh, I want to go to the gym, but I don't really look like a gym person. I don't really fit in. Well, how the fuck are you going to look like a gym person if you don't start training? You have to start the journey to get to the goal. Don't let people who have had all this extra time in the sport throw you. Oh, I literally sound like my coach. I feel like he was fucking saying this literally the other day, talking about there's sometimes the difference between you and another person is the amount of time. That's what he was saying, is the amount of time that they've had in the sport. And so like, you're sitting there comparing me, for example. I was sitting here comparing myself to these girls who've been competing for years, being like, oh, I don't know, I don't look like them. I don't know if I should do bodybuilding. What the fuck? How am I going to get that physique if I don't start? You know, everybody starts somewhere. It's really not that deep. Don't overthink it. Get up and do it. Optimize as you go along and keep going for long enough that it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a privilege. Yeah. That's all from me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you join me next fortnight. I'm sure I'll have some more juicy stuff for you. What do we think? Do we like this new format? Do we like this new format of me being on the ground with this moody lighting? Let me know in the comments. I might keep it. It actually just feels so fun down here, you know what I mean? As always, I'm not a fucking expert. This is not expert advice. This is just my experience, so do with it what you will. Okay, thanks. Bye.